Silvio, Legend of a Pirate in Name, Chapter 0-Prologue. Diary of a Boy That Loved to Look at the Sky. Stardate 7-1129.13. Personal recording. When I was little, every night, I looked up to the skies and asked myself, what might be beyond them? My dear recordings, I turned 13 this month and therefore am old enough to enroll at the United Terran Directives Academy now, but I'm a Vivarian. Chances are high, I might die soon. Vivaria is a nice planet. I love my watery homeworld. Although the United prohibits us to learn about the stars and navigation, the Elders secretly taught us. Vivaria is an N-class planet, close to the null space, in the United's territory. The headquarters of the United is a planet they call Mars and a solar system they call Sol Clyra. I heard there are 3 planets that were colonized by the Terranian. First there is Terra, which they call Earth. Not a very cool name for a planet, they literally call it Dirtball, because Earth and dirt is the very same thing. It is their home world after all. I think I heard from the space pilots that its average temperature is around 10 to 15 degrees higher than Vivaria's. It's also illegal to listen to the pilots. The next planet they colonized is Venus. I heard it was named after an ancient goddess of love. I'm sure that this planet is wonderful to deserve such a name. The last planet they colonized is Mars. It is named after their ancient god of war. A fitting name for the planet of the headquarters for the United. I also know that the Terranians are not united under one banner, even if they say so in name. They call themselves humans. I cannot say what's the difference between us and them though. Our tribes look the same. So aren't we 2 humans? Those Terranians definitely don't think so. That is the reason why I made this recording, because it is very likely they will kill me when I try to leave this planet and travel to the space. Under Terran rule. Stardate 7-1129.14, edition. I'm already recording this for an hour and didn't get caught. As you are a viewer, you might want to know more about myself. I think I begin by telling you my name. I am Silvio and I am a 13-year-old boy. You are most likely a Terranian, so I will use Terra terms. The years are standardized Earth years. So your dirtball planet has surrounded its sun 13 times since I was born. I think that should give you an idea. And despite how I act sometimes, I am male. The United came to our planet 20 years ago. So I was born under Terran rule. That does not mean that I like them. We Vivarian are farmers. Mostly at the moment, but we had advanced technology once. We love peace and have trouble to take another life. This is why we lost our independence to the Terranians. When the United came, we had no weapons to fight them. Our shields held off much of their fire but they eventually broke through. After occupying our world they destroyed all technology, so that we would never fight them. They killed my grandparents back then as well. They killed all our scientists and engineers. What they wanted was our deuterium and flightum. As mentioned earlier, Vivaria is an N-class planet. That means its surface is 90% water, heavy water. This is also known as deuterium. It is used to fuel ships. The same goes for flightum. Without it nobody can use FTL jump drive. And believe me, if you want to reach a distant star, you want to go faster than light. If you are not a spaceship engineer, my knowledge might surprise or surpass you. I admit I have no real experience, but I did break the law and listen to the pilots telling stories. I don't respect the Terranians or their law, because my parents died of starvation not long ago. Everything we produce, we must give the Terranians. We are not allowed to hide any food before them. Villages that have tended to keep some were marked and bombarded from a Terranian ship in our orbit. Once all the food and other goods produced are handed over to the Terranians, they give some of the food back to us. No matter how much the elders raised the harvest or how good the harvest went this year, the Terranians calculated in order to keep the population starving. They always give us only enough that at least 500 people have to starve at all times. I know you are most likely a Terranian and perhaps born in the United, and I am an alien telling you what evil things your tribe of a human race commits. Why should you even listen to me, dear viewer? Because of this, please accept my sincere apology. The young human boy figure, with rose-pale skin, red-brown hair and ice-blue eyes, turns off the recorder, after staring at the visible stars for a while in quiet. Fun Fact Chapter 0. Vivaria's name for the planet was created from the Czech town name Karlovy Vary, which often is translated as Karl's Bath Pool, while Karl refers to Karl the Great, better known as the Frankish King Charlemagne. Ovi most likely is the Czech way of announcing an ownership, which would leave Vary for pool. Because of me not knowing a single word in Czech, this of course could be very wrong. And since I didn't know how it is written, I thought from the spelling Vivari means pool. What better name for a water planet than pool? So the planet's name became Vivaria. I apologize to every Czech person if I have caused any offense. For comments. Panya's Seeing Way, December 12, 2020 at 7:12. This is an excellent story. I enjoyed every bit of it. I like how it begins as you introduce the character and his intentions. You unveil the planets so nicely that I loved the explanation of what their names mean and the makeup of the planet. I especially loved the way Earth is referred, Dirtball, which is honestly a fitting name for this planet. I enjoyed the way you narrate through the main character who we later know as Silvio. It also becomes emotional when he starts to explain the dominance of the Terranians on his planet. All in all, this is a masterpiece, and definitely one story I would like to continue on reading as it unfolds. Thank you for taking time to share your wondrous writing talent with us. Unknown, December 20, 2020 at 3:02 p.m. Very capable of writing that which is more advanced than his actual age. Has a great imagination and no problem in expressing whatever comes into his mind. He will become one of our most proficient authors of science fiction. Watch for tales that will surpass Star Wars and Star Trek. Anonymous, June 19, 2021 at 12:29 p.m. This is a very great story. You write with so many details it even made me a bit sad about his grandparents. BC, it felt so real. Some already told me you are very talented, and he is right. I don't read much tbh BC, lots of books are childish or very heavy yo read. But this story is a pleasure to read, really, and I know for sure I will read lots more. Thank you, Dylan.